All right, we're good.
Hello, everyone. We are good, and we are live. Welcome to Band of Blades. Finally. I'm really excited to play episode 3. We've got some pretty cool stuff lined up, I'm seeing. Um, let's just say hey to our cast before we jump in. Obviously, I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. And I brought some of my friends together to play a role playing game. Such as above my head, Eric. Say hello, whom you are, and anything exciting that's happened this week.
Thanks, Kelsa. Hey, players. Hey, chat. I'm Eric, aka Eric Vulgaris on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm a streamer, designer, and just overall role-playing addict. I'm doing a lot of games right now, and this is one of the highlights of my week, easily. I love this Band of Blades. I discovered I kind of discovered the Black Company late last year, and then and then around GoPlay, we got a chance to play this game, and oh man, I've just been the whole trail leading up to this game, I've just been nothing but hype for. So I'm so excited to be back playing this game again and exploring it. So thank you so much.
Awesome. We'll cut across at the angle down. So Strauss, that makes you next.
Hi folks, I'm Strash. This is actually a game that I wrote. I am generally a designer slash gamer, and you can check out some other stuff that I'm running and playing with on the actual play channel. And you can find me on Twitter at Strash A. And in the past week, I got to be a magical girl on Thursday, so that was special.
That is special. That's real special. I need to watch all those VODs because I want to see all of it, but I have no time. So
Well, it's only one episode so far.
yeah,
so,
but if I don't watch it soon, there'll be 2 episodes, and then
It's true.
before I
It's
know
true.
it, I'll blink, and then there'll be 3 episodes, and then what am I gonna do? And then last but certainly not least today, go and continue on down. Ginga.
I had an interesting week and day.
Yeah.
But this week we started on Unmade Gaming Stream. We started a really cool City of Mist campaign. It's kind of up in the air as to who's everyone's characters are and mythos and everything. But aside from that, we wrapped up our Blades in the Dark game, going after the Dimmer Sisters. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of spirits, a lot of nonsense as well. But I'm happy to be back. I love this show. This is awesome. We've only had 2 episodes, but I'm already attached to my sniper, which is, I know, a problem. I understand.
That just means it'll just be that many more feels when she dies.
If my camera goes black, you'll know.
Oh. And Alice couldn't join us today, but we can play without her. So, I guess I'll hand the reins. Oh, hit my mic.
Cool.
Over to Strauss.
So let's talk about that for a second. This is an interesting scenario. I'm gonna tell you something super true, which is that as a designer, you're supposed to give off this giant aura of confidence, like you're prepared for anything. But I'm gonna tell everybody out there watching that designers are just people, and I have never actually had an incomplete Band of Blades game. So I've never actually been down a person in any of the playtests that I've been playing in or running.
So this is a vital playtest session.
It's because the roles are so important. It's my general recommendation to folks that you just play whenever you have a full crew. However, I don't think it's going to be that big a problem. Remember that this game is designed for 3 or 4 people, so things like stress counts and other things are not going to be impacted too badly. It's going to be a little bit tougher because you guys are only going to have like 3 PCs that you're controlling on a specific mission. But we're going to give this a go. We're going to divvy up the commander's role, and we're going to do everything all together, and we're going to see how it goes. Okay?
Awesome.
Maybe some more rookies will have to expose themselves to harm.
I was just about to say, maybe someone could double up on a rookie, just not Eric.
Like the
There's a
I've been
conflict of
sorry
interest there that I think
smiling.
we don't need to talk about.
Yes. Okay, so just a quick recap for everyone watching. Last week, the primary mission involved a across-the-line sortie into a burning city where they rescued a spy who was being hunted by the Black Archer, who was created by Render. There were some epic battles. One poor rookie almost died when he got cleaved in twain, but the crew managed to save them. They did an operation where they cut off the spy's arm and they dunked his hand in like this holy sarcophagus that contained the body, like the corpses of ancient chosen. It was all sorts of stuff. It was super epic. And the crew not only managed to survive, but come back with additional resources. So we got to see probably the single most badass sequence I've seen in Band of Blades. I don't know, I've seen some pretty good ones, but we saw the sniper having a duel with this Render's lieutenant, and managing to win, which was super epic. So
it was very epic.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this episode.
And that trauma, though.
Yeah.
It worked
All right.
out in our favor, guys. It's fine.
No problems whatsoever, I'm sure.
I can get another one. We'll be fine.
Cool. So let's open this up. So traditionally, we wrapped up everything. We did all of our like actions. We advanced last time, and so now we are in Plainsworth Village. So if it's okay, I'm gonna set the scene a little bit just so you guys understand where the Legion is currently camped and what that sort of looks like. Okay. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, so Plainsworth Village was once a small, prosperous town, owing its bustling commerce to sitting on an intersection of several old empire roads. It's kind of like in the middle of the Aldermani breadbasket, and all of the surrounding villages around it. There's like small towns, trading villages, and so on and so forth. They would pass a lot of the goods through Plainsworth, which sat on this like major intersection, and it kind of got prosperous because of that. So if you had come here even 5 years ago, you would have seen, bustling markets, people with little bonnets, like walking around, like leather hats, which the Aldermani wear, and like everybody would have been, if not happy, at least like doing well, having ideas for the future, so on and so forth. And right now, the streets have refugees with furtive glances hiding in the gutters. They've got the town guard has had to enlist people that were once farmers and certainly should not be soldiers, even to the untrained eye, much less the Legion's well-trained eye. And there's a lot of worry and tension in the town. Moreover, one of the things to note about the Aldermani is the Aldermani are not super fond of old empire stuff, and to give you an idea, it's like a regional thing. Once upon a time, the old empire stretched all across the continent, and when it collapsed, the Aldermani were very proud, and they were like, nobody wants that stuff. And so like the Legion, being one of the last like battle standard bearers of the like old empire, gets double the furtive glances. But at the same time, the moment you guys set up camp, there's people who are showing up, trying to trade for goods, asking if they can come along with you when you leave, so on and so forth. So the one notable feature of Plainsworth is that there is this ancient wall that was built back in the day by the old empire. So there's one side of the village has this like highly defensible, nearly castle wall that's like maybe 14 to 15 like feet tall, and it's like reinforced. And against that is sort of where the Legion wants to make camp. Now I'm going to ask you folks, because you're also playing commanders, right? Like you're playing the Whisper, the Marshal, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where do you folks set up camp? Do you kick out the guards, or like just show up and be like, yeah, we're going to camp here in the middle of the guardhouse with the reinforced walls? Are you going to do something about it? We've got weapons and armor. Or are you guys like trying to keep peaceable relations? What kind of setup do you want to do sort of as the Legion as a whole?
So
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe we can work out some kind of deal that we can help with the town's defenses. It's going to be safer while we're there. And so if we come up and say like, hey, we'd really like to camp here, and in exchange, as long as we're here, we're going to, help bolster your protections.
So what kind of deals do you strike? Are you trying to get some food and or pay out of this? Are you trying to make it as low key as possible? Because these folks don't trust you, and they're like, yeah, sure, that sounds fine, except for the fact that you guys can split at any time, even when we need you.
Well, I mean, we're only here for a certain amount of time. And so I don't think asking for much more than just, like, let us have this space and we'll make sure that you don't get overrun as long as we're here.
Cool.
Unless
What
anyone else
kind
has
of
another.
uh
I think that makes sense.
all right, let me roll some fortune dice because I think the thing is that towns generally don't have like giant empty areas, right? Like, so they're
Right.
not just like, yeah, whatever, just over there sounds fine. Yeah, that
Well,
room's
I mean,
empty.
like, we're going to have to, like, display some stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
we understand that. And so, like, we're not asking for more than space.
All right. So let me see.
Space is
Uh,
inconvenient, but
Do
it's
they have
not.
like a
Yeah.
park or like a central area or something that's a little
there
bit?
there is like a market square, or like a big square that you guys can probably set up a little bit in, but that's sort of towards the center of town. It's not like right where you're going to be patrolling, and it's not going to contain everyone.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
the guards barracks, you could probably share with the guards, but it's going to be crowded and uncomfortable, and there's probably going to be some friction.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Right.
split our people between any open guards, quarters, the center of town, and then if there's any inns or any other types of little places that would normally you'd have to pay to stay, but we could just offer protection instead. Kind of split up our ranks between all these places so
No,
it's not so crowded.
maybe. So I don't know. I'm not the lore master, but I definitely imagine like the previous relationships when the Legion would pass through. What was the name of this town one more time? Plainsworth.
Mhm.
Plainsworth, yeah.
I imagine if we were ever here, we were much larger and more haughty and braggadocious. And now we're a little bit humbled, but also they're also, at the same way, the Plainsworth village is also humbled. Um, I think I like what you're saying, Ginja. I think we should maybe stay at the inn, but also like offer to pay our way. Also show that the reason why I say that is because I don't want them to think that we're entitled, like they're entitled to us, we're entitled to them. Like this is a transactionary measure. We're not here for your defense. You have your guard. If you want our defense, then you come to us and you ask, right? Don't presume anything.
I
Makes
mean,
sense.
that's reasonable. That's reasonable. To be like,
Or
hey,
like,
we'll be here. Um, and if you want our help, you can pay
yeah,
us for it.
yeah, like I don't if anyone says anything, right, like we go point to those little frail sickly boys they have set up with spears on the walls, right, and be like, I mean, we're your last best hope, like but we're not going to presume it, but because we just know better.
Mm.
Yeah, because we're trained.
We don't want to start shit. We got our own problems.
That's fair.
Okay, so let me
Oh, sorry.
Doggo.
I'm just gonna roll some dice, and low is bad, high is good, and we're gonna see what the situation between you and the town is right now. Okay.
All right.
Come on, they love us.
Survey says, if yeah, actually, you guys are getting along okay. You got a 6, so
Nice.
right now there is some interpersonal tensions, but whatever they are, they're just butting up heads. They're not like nothing's getting out of hand. The guards will grumble about the fact that you're eating up room, but they will not make actions about it or otherwise like be shitty. And yeah, so like you have your space, you have your camp prepared. It certainly helps that the first time one of the guards tries like getting anything like lippy or in your face or whatever, just suddenly there is the 5'3" yet somehow incredibly imposing figure of Alana just standing there, and they decide not to do anything. And
They're
maybe
like,
you shouldn't mess with the
actually,
chosen.
actually.
Cool. So that being said, um, it's time for some missions. So
Yes, missions.
Kelsa, I typed them up, and there's a little handout in Roll20, so we should take a look.
Pulling it up so it's on the screen. I'd moved it so we could see the map, but now it's back. I hope you guys at home can read any of this. I'm honestly not sure.
Maybe not on mobile, but it looks really good on a regular screen.
Sweet. Sweet. So, why don't we each read one? Starting with you, Eric. Why don't you read the first one?
Sure.
I'll read.
I'll read the first one. I'll read Operation Last Guardian.
Sure.
So, the favor style for this mission is Mercy.
Which is, by the way, Alana's favorite type, and you already have 1 XP on your chosen. So if you did this, you would get a second. But go on.
Yeah,
it's good to know.
So thank you. I was gonna double check with that. So thanks for reading my mind there. The next step is the type of mission is that it's an assault mission, and the reward here is an additional 3 morale and a fresh squad of recruits. Maybe not fresh, but like a squad of recruits. So that's pretty cool. And let me read the description here. Blighter's troops have been conducting nighttime raids on local villages. And instead of just burning things to the ground, they've been capturing people. Scouts have seen horrors dragging people towards Bradorf, a village known for its harvest festivals and choice brewery. There is smoke in the air above the town, and the mission is to rescue the cage of prisoners and find out what the Blighter is doing there.
Ooh, Blighter. All right. The second mission is Operation Wild Hunt. The favor is wild. The type is religious. And the reward is boar meat, which is a special food. A sacred hunt dedicated to the gods of the Aldermark takes place in the next week. A sacred boar travels up the mountain to a shrine where it is killed by moonlight. If you can see it up the passes and claim its meats, you'll have blessed food to eat for weeks. Gain 1 brace or square of food, which when eaten before supply missions grants 1d engagement rolls. 1d to your engagement rolls. I can read this morning. It may also be eaten normally. That's pretty good.
Sorry, I'm trying to. So I have a question before we go into this. So the operation is Hawk's Return. There is no favor. The type of reward is supply and Blight Ripper, which is alchemical. What is that?
So
good question.
It's important that as players, in order to understand the context of the mission, you have some information. But as characters, you wouldn't know this. So what you do know is that so let's rewind just a tiny step. Blighter used to be so the Orites have 3 gods: the Maker, the Shaper, and the Builder. And I'm sorry, the Crafter, the Shaper, and the Builder. The Crafter is actually responsible for all alchemy and is like the deity that invented it, essentially taught it to humans. Their chosen used to be like on the side of you folks and was broken, and that's who became Blighter. So Blighter occasionally cooks up horrific alchemicals and makes all sorts of things like that. And you know that Blighter is cooking something up in that place. So you do not your characters would not necessarily know what it is that they're cooking up. But me as Strash, I can tell you that this is going to be like a special item that the quartermaster gets, that if you send it on mission, everybody on the mission will be able to have certain special items on them that they'll be able to throw. So it'll actually enable you to do some cool stuff, and you can start a long-term project. It might be able to help you cleanse corruption. And the other purpose of it is that you can make basically grenades that you can throw, which is alchemical grenades.
That's pretty cool.
So we would know that it's something alchemical that they could make that would obviously be cool based on the person who is brewing them up. Okay.
As players, you should know what it is. You guys might get cool chemical grenades and some long-term projects. But as characters, as the actual campaign masters, like the quartermaster, the marshal, etc., you don't actually have the full scenario in mind. You're just all right, so this is a priority target because Blighter's cooking something up over there. Plus, we'll be able to make a whole bunch of money by you should read the mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a hunting manor at the Aldermani north to the south. The nobles been killed during the battle to the west, so their stuff is up for grabs. Just one problem: the undead have moved their line past this keep already. Get in there, steal what supplies might be present, and grab the notable artwork from the gallery the noble had accumulated, which can be resold to fund the Legion coffers.
Right.
I'm really liking this mission.
So
As
you'll
the
get some supply.
Quartermaster, especially.
Yeah, you can get some supply if you grab the artwork, and if you happen to grab some of the alchemical supplies, you'll also get Blight Ripper. That's the mission.
So don't go in there with fire. Got it.
Right.
Yeah,
bring the whole
I'm
thing down,
personally
will be great.
leaning towards that one, especially since we have some sneaky people that could be good to,
Mhm.
get
So
past.
traditionally, the commander would choose 2 missions. The first mission would. Oh, I should probably give you guys the penalties for these. Haha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that here in a second. The commander would choose 2 missions to do. One of them is done as a primary mission, so we'll role play it out. One is done as a secondary mission, which is resolved with an engagement roll, and you automatically fail the third one. So the premise of Band of Blades is that you folks with your 50 some odd troops are constantly being assaulted, right? So the undead will actually attack your camp, and you guys are going to send out some people on a mission, but you can't spare more than a squad or 2 to go out and do a thing. So ultimately, you can't do all 3 missions because that's going to like cut your fighting strength in less than a half, and then there's going to be casualties, and it's going to be bad. So yeah, you folks need to pick 2 missions that you want to do. One of which you want to do as primary, one of which you want to do secondary, and one of which is going to be like automatically failed. And you're just going to take the penalty for it. I'll get you the penalties here in 1 second.
I agree with what Eric said.
I think
Right.
we already know what we want to do, unless the penalty for the mission that we're not going to go on would make us change our mind.
Is death.
So I think the 2 that we're
No,
really
the
looking
penalty for the for not doing the third mission is while you're out, Alana gets broken, and you just don't have a chosen anymore, and you have 1 more enemy. Too bad.
No,
And now you
that-
can't live in the town because they were scared of her.
I mean, okay, that's a little bit extreme.
yeah. So the special mission is the people in cages. So let me give you the penalty here. The penalty for that one is none,
Oh.
and the penalty for the other one is none.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna put this on your sheet.
We're definitely all these missions sound really good. I just want to say first off.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I say, and this is going to be in the book as like a directive to all GMs that are planning to run it, is that if you are a GM, your goal is to make every mission feel like a special mission. But special missions just have better rewards.
Mhm.
So, like essentially, if somebody spends an intel, you don't just get a mission; you get a mission with like a little kick. Like it's like almost like 2 rewards. So.
Mhm. But I think we're all in agreement that we're eyeing the Last Guardian and Hawk's Return as the missions we want. I think we're also looking at probably making Hawk's Return the one that we're going to send we're going to focus on, and then the NPC mission might be the Last Guardian. I think that's what we're kind of thinking about, right? Like maybe like
Cool.
70% there or more.
Super great.
All right, cool.
All right, so the penalty for Last Guardian is none, the penalty for Wild Hunt is none, and the penalty for Hawk's Return is pressure and time, because Blader is cooking up something very scary over there.
So that definitely feels like the one, not only because it has a penalty when the other 2 don't, but also because I don't want Blighter to succeed at what he's doing. I'm sorry.
I actually
apologize.
got sweet Blighter art. We might put it on the screen at some point after
I
the
didn't
break.
realize. Well,
Yeah.
it's very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm in total agreement as well.
Super cool.
Cool.
All right. So
And then Alice is in the audience and she's like, "No, what are you doing? Rage, rage, rage."
well, if you would like to make the decisions, Alice, You are the commander, but you should be at game. So, all right. All hearts to Alice. I hope she's having a great time, and I look forward to playing with her again next week. All right, cool. So it sounds like you folks have made your decision. Is it unanimous? Everyone cool with this?
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. I believe my job here is done, and now Eric, it's time for the engagement roll, which I did put your head out in there.
Well, I think we also have to equip with who's going on what mission right now.
Yes. Yep.
So that's what I was looking up right now. I know we're obviously grabbing our scout and our sniper for the Hawks mission. But now I'm kind of entertaining maybe grabbing Green Glowing Thunder, our medic, for the as our third. I also think maybe the officer.
You can only take 2 specialists.
Oh, we only take 2? Oh, then that's perfect. Then we should definitely bring our scout and our sniper.
How are you folks on stress and/or wounds?
That is a good question.
I should probably have asked. Oh, wait.
Where does it say who is required on which missions?
Poop. I will add that to the mission briefings for next time. I apologize. That's on the GM sheet, so let me.
Gotcha.
I will just read it off to you. Is that cool?
Gray Fading Wink has like 6 stress.
I mean, you don't point fingers.
Yeah.
So haven't we rested since? Like,
we did not get stress relief. Or
You
much.
did wounds, I believe, but
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then maybe our scout should go on this mission for sure.
I mean, I think the sniper can go, just not take any stress. It'll just be more stress on.
Yeah, the sniper can go. Just don't take any stress. That'll be fine.
Sure, that's.
So
I mean, she's already got trauma. She's a pretty big deal. She's got this.
I mean, one more trauma
You
will
have
kill
one
you.
trauma and 6 stress, you will die. If that, I mean,
Yeah.
I can play the medic.
our
Or
officer.
someone can play the medic.
So the officer has no stress. The scout has no stress. The heavy has no stress.
I don't think the heavy's a good idea.
The
I don't think-
sniper is really full on stress and already has a trauma, and the medic is doing okay. Only has 2 stress. So.
Okay. Well, the scout's really good at wrecking, which might be good for breaking into something and maneuvering in. The officer is really good at marshaling our rookies to help out here. So I'm gonna say maybe scout and officer. I think for this one.
Okay.
Our medic is definitely an option, but I think we're gonna go with the officer in this one.
Okay.
I think the medic might be better off with the prisoners, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, because if the prisoners need medical attention,
Yeah, like
then...
fictionally, it may make more sense for them to go with that way. Make sure they're okay to make it back.
Just as a reference for assault missions, the 3 types of units that you should take in are heavy medic or sniper. So if you have a medic on that mission, you're fine.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, our choice. So yeah, I think final say has now I've locked in the officer and scout for that mission, and then the NPC mission. Wait, what was our? We can bring up to 2 for that one as well, right? Heavy and medic? Question mark.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Since neither one of them have stress, I think that's a solid. I mean, neither one of them are hurt either. I think that's
Yep.
All right, cool beans. Are we ready, Eric, for primary mission time?
Yep, I'm ready. So we're ready to go through the engagement roll?
yes.
All right, so let's start assembling the engagement roll together. So, Legion loyalty are all on the mission. Oath sworn to the Legion.
Yes.
Leadership. Do any soldiers distrust the leadership or fear them not enough to obey orders? I don't think that's a factor here.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Keep eyeing that officer though.
Parameters. Are required specialists and equipment on the mission? Yes. Intel. Did the commander spend 1 intel to give us foresight? No. Veteran. Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier?
No.
We didn't, right?
No.
Yeah, we don't have a soldier squad.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay. This was a supply mission, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So on each supply mission, ask the following: supplies did the quartermaster spend food to equip this mission?
Let me look at my quartermaster stuff. No.
If you do, we get a die.
We don't have a lot of food.
How much is a lot?
Right now, we're at 1 die for this roll.
Right now we have 2 food dots left. If I spend one now, after the mission we spend the other one, and then we are out of food.
After this mission, though, we get a supply.
That's not food.
It can turn into food.
It can turn into food. Okay, that's
Right.
fair.
Sorry, I should have. Yeah. So basically, we won't net ourselves any. What do you think? Look, this is I think this is sort of a critical mission.
It is
to win.
pretty okay. It is pretty critical. Let's do it. I'm spending it.
Well, I have a different. Okay. Yeah, that's an assault mission. Never mind. Carry on. You're fine. I just thought for some reason that there were 2 supply missions, which meant that you would have to spend the food on the other one too. So.
Right.
So, you're good.
Okay.
Right, but like I don't want to. You're the quartermaster.
I did it. Nope, it's
give
fine.
Feedback. All right. Okay.
I'm doing it.
And then the last
Let's
thing
go.
to do is enemies. Is the current pressure higher than 2?
No, your pressure is 0. You just advanced.
Okay, so then we get to do a fortune roll. 2 dice.
Okay.
What was the name of this mission again? Hawk something?
Operation Hawk's Return.
Six.
You're in a controlled position when you start. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's figure out who
yeah.
everyone's playing, and you folks should set your load.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I'd like to play the scout, unless you would prefer to, Ginga.
I was gonna play Red Flying Lotus. Could I do that?
Sure.
Yes. You can.
Yeah. She's back with her knives, guys.
Could I actually play the scout?
If you really want to. I don't know. Can you do
Yep.
you do my
There's-
accent?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
a
that's
tougher
true.
question.
I can't do a good Russian accent.
But it would be funny to watch him try. To
I
be
mean,
fair.
that's true. Yeah. Okay. I will. It's technically, you get to decide as your role who plays what, but I posit that the requirement of playing this character is that you attempt a bad Russian accent.
All
Wait,
right,
doesn't
fine.
that make
I'll be
you-
goat.
Officer?
Yeah, it would make me officer. Yeah.
Oh, so you have to try to kill the rookies. There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could switch places, and I'll succeed at killing rookies, and then Eric can feel bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it might be fun.
Can I object to that as one of the rookies? Just not me.
It won't be you. It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be the scout.
Sure.
I really want to be the scout this time. All right.
I'm fine with it, really.
Cool. Okay, great. Thank you.
So for everyone watching, there's no true character fidelity in BOB. It's all table negotiated. Generally, if you make a heavy and you love your heavy and what you want to do is play your heavy, I'm sure that you can just play your heavy whenever they go on a mission. But this is totally fine. You folks can swap up characters. We kind of know who they are, right? So this should be fun. Cool. Everyone set your load and pick your gear.
Would you guys like me to bring any stuff, like carry anything as we go out on this mission? Just so I can decide what to put backfill. Like, should I bring a medic kit?
Yeah. Quick question, Strash. So we should know how long this mission should take. Are we camping in this mission? Is this a single nightly sortie?
It is a single night sortie. You do have to get past enemy lines. So if you folks are in heavy gear, you should let me know. But if you're not, we'll just probably start with you guys getting there. It's like basically like a hard day and half of a night's march. You're probably going to go in and grab stuff, and then you're going to have to book it all the way back. And then you probably get some leave to crash because you've been going for like almost 48 hours.
Mechanic. Here's a question I never actually thought about till now. Mechanically speaking, Strash, if we would go as a normal mode or a normal load, excuse me, and we wanted to like eschew a couple things, could you say that like we're actually becoming light to get out of here?
Yeah, you can drop to.
Okay, then I think I'm gonna pick the scout as normal.
Because like the gear that you have, remember that certain gear doesn't refresh. So
Yeah.
Blackshot, for example, you will not get again until until the quartermaster sends you on a mission with Blackshot.
Or explosives, for instance.
Or explosives. But there are plenty of things that you can, like if you drop a spear and or a sword or a shield, you'll get a new one when you're back at camp.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the quartermaster will grumble, but you'll still get equipped.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I think normal across the board sounds reasonable. I'm gonna take oh yeah, that's what I was trying to look up, is whether or not this cloak is supposed to be
Black arrows or black shot arrows, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And
So Blackshot, when it makes contact with undead flesh, like essentially like evaporates, like it turns into this like jet of green fire. It's like dropping, lithium in water or something. And so that's why you can't make melee weapons out of it, because you would stab somebody once and then you would have a handle. But yeah, they actually can make arrowheads. It's just difficult, so only the scouts get them.
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna take armor, pistol, a fine hand weapon, and some black shot.
I'm thinking the bow and arrows, the map, some black arrows, a lot of rope, and probably something else. I'm not sure yet.
Cool.
Seals and reliquaries.
That's always important.
Oh wait, grenades.
They're not an option on here.
They are. You can add them.
We would have grenades?
If you read your scout's powers, I think. Wait, Kelsa, did you start with grenadier or did you start with?
No.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Then. Different scout, different game. My brain got scrambled. Carry
Yeah,
on.
I know. Yeah. This scout has
Daredevil.
Thank you. Right. That's why I was like, yes, let me make this desperate climb across the underside of a bridge. It'll be fine.
Right. You just have Rick. Well, so by the way, just so that you know, Kelsa, since you're playing the officer, the officer's core ability is called channels and allows them to acquire essentially assets and other stuff for the crew. So you can always flash back and say, wait, no, I actually did requisition some grenades. So we only have 2, but here you go.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you want grenades?
How much Rick do you have, Scout?
2. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, I would love some grenades.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll spend I'll spend my channels to have requisition some grenades.
Here's the bad news. You have to roll your consort to figure out how good a quality, because it might use up both your channels.
I only have 1 channel.
Oh, then that's super risky. If you get a 6, you'll totally have sweet grenades.
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just use. I mean, having something to blow up stuff is gonna be real good.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
All right, roll a die.
Okay.
Just not
2 dice. Roll your consort.
Yep.
Dropping a grenade in the
6.
blighter's lair might be really good. So
just mind the paintings and the vials.
Yeah,
if you can.
That's a 6, so we're good.
Yeah, you have some sweet grenades for your squad. So yeah, you can totally add some grenades, Eric.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. How many? Can I enough to fill up both of those?
Sadly, no. You can definitely take 1, but rookies and or the officer, or actually no, the officer can have the other. So if you can have up to 2.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take 1. Someone else can have the other.
So the rookie can't take ones. So if I take 1, that means I have to not take something else, right?
Oh, there's so many good things to take. Damn it.
I could carry 1 if you want.
All right.
If you don't want to.
Just hand it off to you. It's fine. I trust you.
That was your first mistake.
Right. You don't have to, and just like Blades, we just have to select our load. We can select our items as the fiction comes
gotta
up.
populate straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
secrets.
All
I'm not going to go into this too much, but
So-
John and I are actually revising the system a little bit. So you're going to start with a loadout, and then you're going to get to pick a little bit of customization. But we'll
That
get
makes
to
sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, just more pivot space than
Yep.
yeah.
You'll probably see that in another 2 weeks when I have to like do some layout, and then we have to translate it into the sheets. But yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right then.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a normal loadout. Black shot. I put ammo. That's the grenade. Bolt rifle. She remembered a pistol this time because her weapon jammed. And 2 blades, the melee weapon or 2, because it worked last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So okay.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Do you guys need medical supplies or no?
Maybe.
Need a medic kit?
Yeah, we need a medic kit. I'm not bringing one.
Yeah.
So I
nobody else is bringing
will.
one.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Are you gonna?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna not use the pistol that I totally need and use the medic kit. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fine.
Okay. You have a
All
melee
right.
weapon. You'll be fine.
I'm sure.
You guys yelled at me
just,
last.
just get up
Yeah, we
close
have
and
grenades.
personal
We
with
have
those zombies. You'll be fine.
We have
Yeah.
grenades. We'll be fine.
Awesome. So let's we're gonna fast forward. There's gonna be a travel montage and a montage of you folks like hiding in some bushes as undead walk past you, and some more like forced marching, then a small smokeless campfire and you folks eating some beans or something. And then we're gonna kind of jump into the results of the engagement roll as you folks are approaching the manor.
Okay.
So when you say, oh, there's a noble and they have an art collection, a lot of times what comes to mind for most people is like a castle or something, and that's not what this is. It's basically like a big manor home, and it's mostly constructed like it's got like a stone foundation, and the bottom floor actually has like stone walls, but the upper floors have a slightly like overset wooden kind of like top, and it has like a small third floor. You imagine that it has like a feast hall and maybe a ballroom. There are walls like around the perimeter of it, and there's a bunch of small like houses and stuff near it, because obviously like a noble would generally have like their servants.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah. Nearby villagers that provide some basic necessities, so on and so forth. Folks that will sell their services to noble directly, like they would have like a farrier, for example, to like shoe horses and stuff, and that person would also service the like small set of houses around there. So this is essentially like a very small village. We're talking like 50 to 100 people, not like the several thousand that you would find in like Plainsworth. So like obviously this was like a knight or like a minor noble of some sort,
Mhm.
and it's like an old family, so you see like the family crest on everything. As you folks approach it, you actually see it carved into some trees along the road, things like that. The scenario kind of starts with you folks sort of like at the edge of the forest, looking at the manor house, and well, actually, you rolled a 6 on your engagement roll. Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you guys scouting it out? Is somebody going in first? Is the whole squad trying to go in? What's the scenario here?
I think I should probably look at the officer, and I look to you, Goat, and I think I say, "Look, I'm no Varda, but give me this chance."
No. Hold on a second. Rewind.
Oh yeah,
We need we
Accent.
need the accent.
you know that I am no Varda, but give me the chance to prove myself to you and to this squad.
Pretty good.
And
What do you
basically,
propose?
I want to do my own scouting for the group and come back and let everyone know.
We'll wait here.
All
You
right.
will not be disappointed. And I run off.
Awesome. So do you want to give me a controlled scout roll?
Definitely. Standard effect.
Yes, on controlled standard effect.
Okay.
So-
And fictionally, I'm like scaling a cliff or something to look
Nope,
over.
you're just you're just approaching the wall, hiding amongst the houses, checking for like the area, maybe climbing on one of the houses and peering over the wall and checking out the grounds, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. Okay, so my map and stuff doesn't come into effect here. Okay. That's fine with me. Said controlled. And I don't have any bonus dice. 2s. So what happens?
This is what happens when I let you play my characters, Eric.
No, it's okay. I want to get to a desperate situation. It's fine.
Well,
Oh,
you're
that's
going to
true.
risky. So the thing is that you get in and you clamber up on the walls and you're like scanning. You're like, all right, stables over there. They've got. You can see like some figures like that are chained in the stables. You're like checking the grounds. You're like, this is actually pretty sparse. This is not like super heavily fortified. You're not going to see like massive troops or something. Like this is not a military installation with 100 people. You're looking at like maybe a dozen units all told on the grounds outside. There are probably more inside, but on the outside, you only see like. Actually, no. You see almost no standard Rotter troops on the outside at all. You're like looking around. You're like, okay, they must be inside somewhere, but I don't know where. And you hear a clinking and some noise, like where the stables are, and you know that there's probably something in there. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you're like, huh, this is really empty. And then you get ready to leave, and the blood freezes in your veins because you realize that most of the rooftops currently have completely silent. Like you turn around and they didn't make any sound, but there are figures with the long beaks and like the black cloaks. And you
Ooh.
see like 4 or 5 of them, and your back is to the wall, but most of the angles that they're watching, you know that if you try and get back to your unit, you're going to be in trouble. So what do? You're now in a risky situation. They haven't spotted you, but yeah.
The obvious thing I wanted, okay, what Karya would like to do would be to kill the one in the way and bring the body back with it, so it doesn't look like there's any chance, sight that it was killed, or stash it somewhere.
So
Um,
the nearest one to
yeah,
you is on the rooftop above you.
right.
Um, and
So
you can attempt to sneak up to the rooftop and try and end it, but bear in mind that there's a number of crows on the roofs, so they might be able to see each other. So like stealth is going to be hard, but not impossible.
all right.
You mean
So
desperate?
no, maybe. Okay, so yeah, so I really want to do the like in every single kind of like fiction like this, I want to be able to shoot the thing in the neck, and so it like kills it and falls into like the hay barrel or like the hay stack, that so no one sees it.
Do you have a pistol or a gun?
I have a bow and arrow, so it's even better.
Oh, that is much better because it's quiet,
Um,
right?
exactly. That's what I
Okay.
was thinking about it with a black arrow. Like literally do that like quiet. In fact, I would like to maneuver into a good spot and then just take this shot or basically set myself up for
Yeah.
greater effect here.
Do you want to set yourself up for greater effect or a better position?
Greater effect, I think, because I want to make sure this happens.
Okay.
I don't care if people see me. Well, wait, hold on. No, actually, these are really related.
Yes, they are.
I guess. I mean, in that case, then I guess position would be better.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can totally do that. It's just
All
a
right,
risky
hold on.
maneuver
Let's negotiate
or a
first.
risky scout.
What's the starting position? Risky.
Risky.
Okay. If this was desperate, what would that look like? Because I might be interested in making it a desperate roll.
You would have to first gather some information so that you could because there's someone above you and you need to get
Right.
them not only when they're not staring at you, but when other people are not staring at them.
Right.
So,
That makes sense. So I probably need to get information. Okay.
So the desperate version of this is basically like running forward, running 2 steps up a wall, and trying like one of those like leap up jump shots, right? Like that's desperate because that puts you in plain view of everything. But if you time it just perfectly,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the answer is yes. We're
Okay.
doing that.
All right.
We're okay. What's my devil's bargain?
Uh,
Because that sounds awesome, and definitely something Karya would do.
so traditionally, devil's bargains. So like obviously, I can't the purpose of your attack is to try and hit it and try and get away with it without raising alarm and suspicion, right? So a devil's bargain of something sees you isn't super helpful. A devil's bargain of something like, well, you get wounded isn't super helpful. So traditionally, this would be like an expenditure of resources, like it would take
Yeah.
multiple arrows, but you're going for that one true shot, right?
Mhm.
The other thing that's usually traditional is corruption, which nothing's hitting you. You don't have any weird magic on you, so that's not gonna happen. So I don't have one off the top of my head, but if the rest of the table has a suggestion, I'm listening.
That when she comes down, she can't go back the way that she came. She's gonna have to go the long way around and might run into more trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way that you came involves a lot of climbing and stuff, and if you want to take the body back with you, that's not a route you can traverse.
I don't think I'm gonna take the
It's gonna
body back with me. I think I decided on the it falls in the haystack and this hidden approach.
Okay.
You know, like it's like shot off the back of the, you know, it's shot through the neck, it grabs it, thing then falls off and lands in the haystack so no one can see it. I apologize to hear the vacuum, by the way.
No, it's
like-
I think the I think the devil's bargain is just going to be that the return trip is going to be much more risky. Like it was
Okay.
controlled coming in, it's not
Yeah.
controlled going out.
I have an alternate devil's bargain if we're interested in hearing it.
Yeah, go.
I think additional reinforcements show up by the time I come back. So like it's gonna be harder for us later on. Like a squad comes in or something.
No, so sorry.
Okay.
I know what the scenario is.
Yeah, no problem.
That would be very difficult.
Okay,
But
sure.
that would totally work in the other town if you did the other mission.
Right. Okay. No, okay, that's fine. Harder for me to get back is fine. I accept the devil's bargain.
Okay, cool. Yeah, plus 1D. Have at.
Okay. So this is a shooting roll, no doubt. It's desperate. My fine bow and arrows here would give me a better effect, I suppose.
Yep. It would give you standard effect instead of limited against this thing.
Right. So this is desperate. Standard. Bonus dice. Well, I'm a daredevil, so I get an additional die.
Yep.
Then I'm taking a devil's bargain, so I'm getting
Yep.
another die. I can't
That's
push
pretty
myself,
good.
and nobody can assist me here.
Correct.
So I'm just getting 2 extra dice here. So I'm rolling 3 dice.
That's
Four.
pretty good.
Oh wait, your shoot is 1?
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
mark your XP.
I mark
That's a
XP.
good start, guys.
GG. And now it gets super desperate.
Yeah.
So Kelsa, I'm sorry, your scout's about to die.
It's
It's
okay. I signed up for this. I'm arranging this all along so that the officer can get some
Dude.
XP.
I rolled 5 dice, and the highest I got is a 2. That's
It
fine.
happens. So there's this moment where this thing is standing there and it's looking around, and you run out, you jump up, you put one foot on the wall, you draw back the bow as you're coming up in the air, you let the arrow fly, and then out of the shadows, like the thing is just casting its own shadow, and almost like as if it's stepping out of the shadow, because this thing is like running at like good speed, but it makes no sound at all. This thing just like another one of the crows just dodges past it, dodges in front of it, and like cuts the arrow in half with that like claw hand that it has. And as it lands, you just see the other crows like leap up and just descend on the same rooftop, and then you realize that there's like 5 of them staring at you, and then they're all just going to leap in and attack you.
I'm going to resist this with insight, because where I was landing is okay, so I imagine there's sort of like a tunnel or like an overpass, so they can't jump down on me. They would have to jump to the ground and then chase after me. And I knew that when I was jumping, because this is my getaway place. So I'm thinking this is resisting with insight.
Sure. So let me set this up for you. And I'm just asking if this is cool. So there are no tunnels per se in this area.
Right.
It's just like a manor house, right? But maybe you can dive through a window and have a roof/overhang above you, run through the building and jump out the next window or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, definitely. Like I definitely think the way where I was landing makes it so that no one can just immediately. I'm not in the open space. Is what I'm.
Sounds great.
Or there's a place I
Sounds
could
great.
easily jump in or go slide into or something.
Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. So I'm gonna do that then. So if we're cool with that resistance,
Yep.
Does my bold come into play here? Plus 1 die to resist on desperate actions.
That was a desperate action. You get plus 1 to resist. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, just making sure. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
GG Zemyati.
Right.
Oh, that's the worst day.
Oh,
What
I rolled
happened
a
to
bunch
your
of extra dice, but
Why
doesn't
did it
even
roll
fucking
so
matter.
many dice?
I think I hit. Hold on. Oh, you know what I did? Because I hit bonus dice 4 when I started typed in
Okay.
1 because I was rolling 4
Oh.
dice. It counted them.
But it's still a 3.
It's still a 3 because holy shit.
It's higher
Okay.
than 2.
Yeah, so I take 3 stress, but it happens.
So I think that there's this moment where you run forward and you leap through the window, you tuck and roll on the floor, and you hear you don't actually hear anything, just shadows drop and multiple crows are coming after you. The rest are like popping out the sides of the building, moving to flank. You're still in a desperate situation, buddy. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna shoot the first crow that I see.
Awesome.
Giving it.
So like let me posit this. Are you running forward, jumping out a window, and then if somebody tries to flank you, you're shooting them, or are you just tucking, rolling,
Yeah,
coming
no.
up, and firing behind you?
Let me paint the picture because this is exactly what it is. Holy shit. Okay, so I dive. I know I missed my shot. Its claw comes down. It slashes through the arrow. I jump. I roll and tumble into the window. I do one of those little somersault backflips. While I'm doing that, I grab my bow. I have an arrow marked. I'm on my back, looking at the window where I came in, ready to shoot the first one. One pops their head on. I release a volley. The idea is if I kill it or I'm going to delay it enough for me to get back up and keep going.
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm almost doing this to almost set myself up for a better maneuver out of here.
Okay. That sounds. The thing is that setups.
Right. Maybe it's not then. But
if you shoot, you'll damage your crow, right? But a maneuver is usually about allowing you to do a different thing.
Right. I'm trying to kill and stymie my what do you call people who chase somebody? Because I'm the quarry, the hunter, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to stymie my hunter so I get a better positional advantage as I run away.
I love how you think that they're a hunter. It's more like they're a predator and you're a very scared little squirrel.
Yeah, sure. But that's the but
cool.
that's logic, right?
Sure. I'll tell you what we can do, and we'll negotiate this.
Sure.
If you want to do something like push for effect, or just try and get a crit or something, if you get great effect, you can say that improves your position. Otherwise, there's enough of them and they move very quickly, so they might be able to cut you off anyway. So I don't know that that's going to affect killing one is not going to affect the other 4 being able to cut you off or whatever. So I don't think your position is going to drastically improve, but it is going to reduce the number of things attacking you. So,
yeah, I was sorry. I delayed because I'm thinking about running through all of the options if I just decide to use the grenade instead right now.
You want to lure them all in and
yeah.
pull a Vasquez in the plate.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
That's fine.
But I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready to last stand it yet. But that's definitely on the table.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a last stand, right? If you could lure 3 or 4 of them in and drop the grenade, you might be able to survive if you can somehow cover yourself so the detonation doesn't shred you. It's desperate. It's a desperate wreck for sure, but
yeah, I think I am. I think I'm gonna desperate wreck before maneuvering myself out of here. Because what could go wrong here with my rolls? Holy shit.
So let me just be clear. Are you maneuver is running or are you wrecking? Which is the grenade.
Can I here's the yeah, I mean, I guess no, I gotta maneuver. I gotta move it out of here. I'm just gonna maneuver out of here. I gotta run. I'm not gonna use a grenade.
Desperate maneuver, sir.
Hell yeah. Okay. What's my devil's bargain?
Damage and corruption. Yeah.
Hmm.
Harm is literally the only devil's bargain on the table that I can think of, because these things are hunting you, jumping out of windows, running at breakneck speeds, them taking swipes at you. It's all going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I need 4 dice here, so I'm gonna do it. I'll take some harm.
Cool. So let me see.
Wait, I mean, before I agree with it, you have to explicitly tell me what level of harm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna accept fatal harm.
No. Level 1 harm sliced is totally fine, actually.
Level 1 harm slice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
So it's not going to affect this roll, but you are going to be at limited effect going forward.
Yeah.
Unless you have tough.
I do. That's why
All
I'm
right,
taking
then.
it.
Then you
Oh,
take
right.
it,
Yeah, you
and you
do.
can
That's
run it.
right. I remember making this character now.
And so this is standard, right?
Yes.
All right,
Desperate maneuver standard.
and I get 2 bonus dice here. Unbelievable.
No, it's really great.
That's a
You're going to
success.
get away from these things, but you're gonna take like I think that there's just like a moment where you're running and these things start chasing you and like one of them is just gonna like leap through the air and you get that like of like its cloak like moving and it's just gonna like land right next to you and like get like a horrific gash across you and you're gonna give a yelp and like go bouncing down into a ravine and they're all gonna like gather at the top and like watch for like 5 minutes and then if you well actually let me ask you like are you how are you gonna lose them? You're gonna take some serious harm here but like how do you shake them?
Um,
I figure if they think you're
What's-
dead, they might
Yeah.
let you go if you're in an inconvenient place to be dragged back and transformed into an undead.
right. What are my options here for outrunning them? Like, what is my terrain offering me? Because I would love to use the terrain. I love the idea of sliding down some kind of like impossible embankment and using my like my rope to like actually survive this thing. You know, like you guys, you've played Tomb Raider, right? Or even Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, you know, when like Aloy wants to like jump down and like grabs the grappling hook and like hits the thing and swings down, something like that. Maybe like
Do you have climbing gear?
I have rope. No, okay.
I
I
mean,
have rope.
is there like
I didn't know that rope was an option in
Is
gear.
I'm picturing. Hold on,
I have
guys.
Balua's rope.
Yeah. This was the rope that that we got from in the thing.
Yeah, from Balua on the first session.
You know what? Maybe you have a loop on the rope and you can slip it across something and it'll like you'll go careening down a hillside with like rocks and stuff coming up behind you and you know you'll
She kept it
throw
to
it
the
and catch it
sentimental
onto a
value.
branch. Yeah. Sure.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So, you're going to take quality. You're gonna take level 3 harm.
No, see, I'm not though.
Okay.
I'm not.
I understand, but you should tell me why.
Yeah. Because I'm more clever than this.
Right?
Should
How so?
never. Okay, so if I'm like tumbling down a ledge,
I mean, you could also say like flashback. I had set up an escape route, and the rope is just hanging off a branch. So when it looks like I'm diving down a hillside and I'm going to die surely, I just catch onto the rope.
flashbacks are a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
they are.
yeah, totally. So yeah, so once again, yeah, flashback. See, I was thinking about something like that of having like, because I have a compass and map, I know that there are like good hideaway spots I could get to. And one of those is I have set up, yeah, to like basically jump off a ledge, grab this sort of rope and kind of swing to this little like precarious perch, and that you cannot see, like looking down.
Like an overhang with a little cave or
Yeah.
something. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
exactly.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
tiny nook full of
Sounds
snakes.
great. So this is definitely an insight resist.
Yeah, cool.
And
1.
I was going to make you cost. I was going to make you cost. By the way, this is a desperate action, so you get +1d because
Mhm.
you're bold. But I was going to make it be like a 1 or 2 stress flashback, but I think you brought your compass and maps, and you're utilizing them well, and they're a fine set of maps. So I think it'll be a 0 stress flashback. So.
Cool. Survey says
2
4.
stress.
That's better than before.
Guys, I'm really sorry about this. I am running this car like I'm running this like a stolen car. I'm really
Just wait till
sorry.
you take some trauma. It all gets better. It's all uphill from there.
Okay.
So I have bad news for you, which is that you're gonna only end up with level 2 harm, unless you have
Okay.
armor or something.
No.
Cool. So you can just have like sliced and battered. Those are the harms. and then you don't hear them because they're absolutely inhumanly silent, but you see the shadows flitting about the trees and like searching for you in the woods. But it's pretty obvious that whatever senses they use to detect you, smell is not one of them. So yeah, they flit around like they make leaps not like humans. That you'll see them like clear a good like 10 feet, land on a branch, and like look around, and then like jump. Um, but yeah, you hide in your little cave and you wait patiently, and eventually they either get tired of looking or go looking somewhere else, and you're in the clear.
Cool. I come back to camp. I'm not looking great, but
Bleeding.
yeah. I give my report. I don't say anything about my status of why I'm like.
And I think after getting your report, that's a good time for us to take a little break.
That sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna give us 7